Well, good, I'm glad you had that viewpoint.
Yeah.
Well, it's quite a setup
Count
here.
1, 2, 3, we're all gonna clap.
Okay.
It's very important that I do this, because it won't line up otherwise. So 1, 2, 3.
Frank Poland, Russ Lane behind the cameras. We're at the meeting house in Round Pond of the Ladies of the Helping Hands. Ready for the first one, Russ?
No, you want a picture of me, don't you? You said you wanted a picture of me.
Finally, you're gonna get behind the camera? I kinda gave up on that.
Like, you're the only one in this room, isn't it, Frank?
We can start this over again.
No,
We'll see your nice face there, Russ.
I'll back up on something. All right, good enough, bye.
Okay, yeah, are you ready for the first one?
No.
You have to
Are we on
introduce us.
Well, she's gonna say, we're here in the Round Pond Meeting
Yes,
House with
thank
the
you.
ladies
Well,
without
we
the
haven't
hands.
already done
Well, he got me all off the road
And then
here.
introduce us, say your line and then introduce us. Okay.
Starting over again, Russ?
Sure.
Okay, Frank Poland, Russ Lane behind the camera. We're at the meeting house with the Ladies of the Helping Hands. And this is Debbie Poland, Nancy Evans, and Dot D. Puritan. And are you ready for the first question, Russ?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Is the Helping Hands a larger organization or a local club?
Well, it's a local club. It's always been a local club.
What year was the Helping Hands started?
Well, as far as we know, it was started in the fall of 1969.
Do you have meetings? Is there an age limit? Where do you meet?
Well, right, there's no age limit. We do have meetings, the third Tuesday of every month. And in the summer, we've been meeting here, right, at the meeting house. And in the winter, we meet at the firehouse because there hasn't been heat here, so.
Yep. Who are the people that make up the membership?
Well, we have quite an extensive membership right now. I couldn't list all the people.
Yeah.
Becky Recor is our chairman, and Chris Bennett are the
Yeah.
co-chairman.
For the
For community
community
service.
support. Which one is it?
Yeah, it's support, but they still call it
Community
service.
Support Committee. We have committees.
If you had to pull a number out of the hat, what do you figure?
I'd say 30 to 40
I was,
people
yeah, I
from
was
what I've
thinking, what do you think? I was
Oh, at
thinking
least.
40 to 50?
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah, so a lot of people are in the group and they don't come to meetings, which is just fine. Not everybody likes to go to meetings,
And we
but they
just-
want to be involved.
Right, and we call on them to, when we need things to be done, and they're very
Yeah.
willing to help out.
Are you a service organization or a social or both?
It's absolutely both. Yeah, yes, it is both. It's always been both. People enjoy being together and they enjoy working in the community and getting to know all the people in the community, and they help out where they can. Is that about it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Dot sort of answered this next question. Are you accepting new members?
Yes, we are. And there's also been talk about getting men have always been involved, sort of in the back, doing things to help, but we're trying to get more men to come to meetings and get more involved.
Yeah. Yeah, Frankie, you want to join?
One of our committees it's the building committee, right?
Yep.
The Meeting House Building Committee, there's quite.
There's men on the building committee.
Oh,
But
there
yeah,
are,
and the men always help out at the 4th of July hot dog sale. And they just help out in all sorts of ways.
Right.
So Frankie, you can join.
Want to go through the parade, 4th of July parade, hand me a hot dog and a cold drink, and I'll hand you some money.
Okay.
What is the best thing about living in Round Pond?
Oh.
Best place in the world.
I would say for me, when I moved here, I found it a very welcoming community, and it had a strong sense of community. And I think for me, that's one of the best things. Plus, it's near the ocean.
And you other girls?
I'd say pretty much the same,
Yeah,
sense of
because-
community.
Yeah, there's good people here. There's a lot of good people here. We enjoy each other.
If you could change one thing in Round Pond, what would it be? We'll go right down through all of you.
Well, I tell you what I do. I get rid of the ticks and the black flies.
And the brown-tailed moth.
And
Yeah, especially
so
the
bad.
ticks and the black flies.
the brown tail isn't so bad this year. The ticks have been terrible.
Oh, the ticks are awful. And a lot of people have gotten sick from the ticks, so they would be top on my list.
Everywhere.
And you, Debbie?
And the question was again?
Oh, if
Sorry,
you
I-
was to change anything in Round Pond, what would it be?
I can't think of much of anything to change in Round Pond. I mean, it's growing very quickly,
It
leaps
is.
and bounds. I might maybe put a little stop.
Slow it down a
hold,
little.
Slow it down a little bit, because it just, we used to know everybody and everybody's house, and now it's a lot different.
It's different. It's totally different from my
It's not,
town growing
it's
up
not
here.
totally
Totally.
different.
But-
It's different, but not totally different.
Well, I've been here for a while. It's totally different.
We still have
Well,
our-
you didn't ask me what I would change.
Yes.
Oh, let's get to it.
All right. I'd make the ocean colder again.
Ah,
I would, because I swim, and it's a little too warm for me sometimes when we get to August.
really? Oh, that's interesting.
Well, we've kind
Yeah.
of got back to old winters.
Well, yeah,
A
but
lot more
I'd
snow,
make
and it was colder.
I'd make the ocean just a tad colder.
Did you hear that the currents have changed? The
I
lower
did,
currents, so
yeah.
you may get your wish.
Yeah, the Labrador current is, yeah. Although that's down low.
Down low. You gotta just
Oh,
swim
I
down
haven't
low.
heard that.
What is the best part about being a member of the Helping Hands? What's the best part of it?
Being with each other and being with the people in the village.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Being able to help people and yeah, like being together, enjoying that time.
Knowing you're making a difference, even sometimes it's very small difference. But
But so, the small differences add up.
Yeah.
And this building we're in, the Round Pond Meeting House, this is a very new thing for the Helping Hands. So the Helping Hands started in 1969, and until it operated for decades without a place. The meetings were held in people's homes.
Right.
And did you used to have meetings at the firehouse?
We started having meetings at the firehouse when we contributed to
Right,
having
'cause-
the kitchen built at
Right,
the firehouse.
Right, we have all
And
that
that's when-
paperwork.
Right, and that's when we started using
Right.
it because
Yeah.
it makes sense to use it. I'd
Yeah.
like to see actually that the firehouse used more.
Yeah.
Because it's just sitting there most
Yeah.
of the time.
Yeah.
Village Improvement uses it.
Oh, really? Okay, I didn't realize that. That's great.
But so for a long time, the Helping Hands was a group of people who just organized and got on the phone way
Right.
before computers and texts, and worked together and planned events, fundraising events, and gave money away every year.
Yeah.
That was the goal, was to support local organizations and local nonprofits. And in 2001, we got some anonymous donations, and also in 2001, the Methodist Church, the Regional Methodist Conference, was disbanding the congregation that had been here since 1853. And a group of us got together and said, we want to save the building, and we managed to find money. We paid $40,000 and we bought the building. So the Helping Hands is kind of in a transitional moment. because we're gonna have a place. We're gonna have a building. Once we finish, the building needs work. We've already spent a lot of money here, and we have a lot more to go.
Yeah.
But we will have a place to meet.
Seems like all the stories I've heard about the Helping Hands is helping people going through some hard times, poor people and elderly people. Care to add to that?
Well, also young people. The Helping Hands have always helped children. And
Yeah.
Yep. At Christmas time, and they used to raise money to buy school supplies for kids, and
So
Right.
basically, kids for Christmas presents and things like that.
Yeah.
And,
but once we have this space, we want to do programming.
yeah.
You know, educational programming and community programming, and find other ways to bring the community together.
Well, all three of you girls have got teaching backgrounds. I mean, does that mean you're
No.
gonna help?
Dottie's not a,
No.
I thought you did a little substituting.
No, I did a substitute school nurse. It was kind of teaching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're teaching the kids
Yeah.
certain things.
Does that mean you'll get involved with kids that's struggling to read and things
we
like
have,
that?
we don't know. We need
I
to,
haven't, no.
you know, once we work on the building and we get the building where it can be used, then we're gonna start to program, and we're gonna put our heads together, and we're gonna look at the needs in the community and think, well, what direction do we wanna go next? There's a lot of opportunity here,
Yeah.
a lot of opportunity.
I think one thing I'd like to do is to acknowledge the ladies, most of them who've now passed away,
Yeah.
who were instrumental in starting the Helping Hands.
Yeah.
Fran Russell, Georgia Lehman.
Yeah.
I think weren't they
And,
the two initially?
Yeah,
Evelyn Gifford.
Evelyn
And
Gifford.
Yeah.
Norma Lehman was part of that. I asked about.
Right.
Oh, was
She was a
good.
really nice lady.
yeah, she was,
Right,
Norma was
and-
great.
Everybody loved her.
Yeah, Peggy, I have some names here, Peggy Mahler and Helen Nybo, Ann Evans, of course, Nancy's mom.
Sheila Jakovich.
Yeah?
There was a lady named Shirley Powell. I have papers from her.
Oh, right, Shirley Powell,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
And I first heard about Helping Hands when we moved to Round Pond from Shirley Ross, who never came to meetings but donated quite a bit of money to Helping Hands.
Yeah, she was
And
a good
encouraged,
woman.
she was the one who encouraged me to join, and then I got the invitation
Yeah.
from Fran.
Oh,
so,
yeah. Also, who else? I said Sheila. Joyce Stevenson.
And Marie Dodge.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And
Yeah, I'm sure we'll forget someone.
Yeah,
But
yeah. Yeah.
Lola
there were a
Blake.
lot of people behind
Lola.
the scenes.
Yeah, Loa Blake. There were a lot of people. A lot of people.
Mentioned Fran. I always remember her laughing and smiling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Marianne Cottrell.
Yeah, we
Marianne.
have.
Yeah, and we said Norma. Did we say Norma Mahler?
Yeah, Norma Mahler.
Yeah. Anita
Oh, of course.
and Sarah.
Anita, yeah, Anita,
Yeah,
yeah.
Anita Paulsgrove and Sarah Herndon.
Yep.
There's many generations of people. As people have moved into the village, they've joined. Like when Helen and my mom were summer people in the 70s, and they got on the PI list. And then they moved up in the late 70s, and then, they started to become a little more involved, which is,
Seemed like your mother was involved in many great things.
yeah, she loved this community. She did. And I became involved also, I think in the summers, and then in the late 70s, they used to do 2 bean suppers every year, and that was one of the big ways they raised money. And they did the bean suppers across the way here at the Oddfellows Hall.
Yeah, I went to a lot of those when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Ready for the next one, girls?
Sure.
Okay, what brings you back week after week?
Well, we don't meet every week.
Month after month.
Time after time, the people,
The people.
for me.
Yeah.
You went to some of the coffee hours we did this winter, didn't you? Did you come to one of those? Your uncle
I
was there.
think I did go to.
I think you wandered through one.
Yeah, I kind of wandered into them.
Rusty, you were there.
Accidentally.
Rusty was there.
He was?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
we met, the lady, what was her name? She actually spoke on that. What was, I can't remember her name now.
Jody? Who?
Or Becky- Becky.
Becky Recor?
Yes, yes, that's it.
Yeah, Becky, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, so we just did coffee, free coffee, once a month at the Row. And it was just a way to bring people together, especially some older
That's a
folks.
good idea,
Yeah, we're gonna do it again
because
next
I'm mostly on the
winter.
happy hour end of things.
Yeah, no, it was nice to bring together people and to just chat and to hang out together, enjoy each other's company, tell stories.
Serve community or any other groups?
Say that question
This is
again?
one of Russ's questions. Serve community, excuse me, or any other groups?
Yeah, we do both. We directly serve the Round Pond community in lots of different ways. We decorate the village,
Christmas wreaths.
Christmas wreaths.
we put the flags up, right? Or is that somebody else?
That's somebody else.
Oh, it is,
Would
okay.
that be village improvement doing
Village
that?
improvement.
Oh, that's
Village
nice.
improvement,
Yeah.
okay.
We'd have the hot dog sale, we've had pie sales,
Do the Christmas boxes.
Yeah, the
which
Christmas
We
boxes.
started to do again last year.
yeah, that was nice.
Yeah.
It was really nice for Mom to get one. It made her,
Yeah.
made her cry a little bit, because she spent all those years doing boxes for other people, and then Becky came and brought a box for her, and
Yeah.
that was really special.
And,
That's
and the
great.
boxes involved everybody, even people who didn't come to meetings. We
Right.
just put the call out and people would bring
Yeah,
anything from jars of jams to mittens to,
yeah,
those boxes were stuffed full.
yeah.
Poinsettias
Yeah, they
this,
were.
this past.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Right.
There were plants.
Right.
So, I mean, there's, we do the ice cream social. We clean up trash. I mean, we're always doing stuff.
Basically, the Helping Hands is all over Bristol,
Yeah.
all over Bristol.
But we also raise money. I mean, we're raising money for the building, and then we have a separate accounting, and we raise money for the community, and we spend it directly here in the village. But then there's another meeting at the end of the year, and we budget out, I don't know, several $1,000s, and then it goes to local nonprofits. So do you know some of the nonprofits, Debbie?
Caring for kids, I know we.
Yeah, we've done, yeah, we had Jenny come and speak to
Yeah.
our group about caring for kids.
I think we give to the Brown Church, we give to the
Schoolhouse.
schoolhouse. Yeah, just, I don't know, people research and come up with ideas about local organizations.
And we had a much longer list years ago, and now we've kind of narrowed it down to try to stay a little more
A little more local.
locally. Yeah, we were doing the hospital and.
Yeah, right,
Right.
right, Boy Scouts and,
Yeah.
so anyway, so it's both forms of community support and community involvement, yeah. Yeah, we can't do it all, I mean, there's, but we know that there are other people in the area who are working towards the same goals that we have, and we want to support those other groups too,
Right.
yeah. We're all on the same team.
You know, intertwined with any other, like, what was the other one, the Willing Workers, are they still around?
No.
I don't think so.
I think the town of Bristol, didn't the town of Bristol buy the Willing Workers Hall?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did you work around them at times?
I can't ever remember.
I don't remember that.
No, it was always just it was Round Pond. It was Fran in Georgia and the people in Round Pond kind of pulling together, working towards the same.
What gives you hope?
The sun rising every morning over Round Pond Harbor.
Well, and just the fact that we went several years without much activity at all. I mean, we did the wreaths, we, gave money to people in need. A family needed transportation to Portland for a sick family member. And, we did little things like that. But what gives me hope is that we're a big, strong team again, and we're doing a lot more things recently since we purchased the meeting house. Everything just started to come together again. So it's really nice that we're doing bigger things. We're kind of back. So that's kind of nice.
Yeah.
You and Dottie, you must be 40-year members of this? Somewhere around there?
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly when I joined, if it was when we first, I think I did join when we first moved here in '77. But I didn't really get that much involved because we were building a house.
You were little ones.
Had a little kid,
Yeah.
you know, all that kind of stuff.
So you're pushing late 40s anyway with the time,
Yeah, probably.
yeah?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I haven't been diligent in going to every meeting, and other things have come up in life that I've had to deal with, and so, like all of us, I think I just do what I
Yeah,
can.
yeah.
And sometimes I feel it's not enough, but, you know, we just do what we can.
Yeah. Somebody asked me to bake a pie. I think it was Fran Russell when I was in the
There you
store for supper, and she hooked me after that. And then at one point, I became what is known as the pie lady, because Evelyn Gifford used to do the cutting of pies, and so then at all the suppers, I had to cut the pies.
That's an important role.
It was
that's
an
right.
important role, I guess, but you know, that really brought me into the group.
Did you, everybody famous, meet anybody famous
At the suppers Or-
anywhere with this organization?
in Round Pond?
Yeah.
I don't think I did. I mean, except you, Frankie.
I was just thinking of Russ behind the camera there.
Russ.
He's well
He's
known.
famous, and
Yes.
you're pretty famous.
What about
That's a
Millard?
good
What
one.
about Millard Robinson? Millard Robinson was
Oh,
famous
he was
here.
Yes,
Was
he
he?
was one of Round Pond's great
He was a treasure.
old school Mainer.
He was a treasure. Millard
He
was a treasure.
He was always at Odd Fellows. He
So-
was-
Millard used to help at the suppers.
yes,
He was a helping hand.
yeah.
He didn't, he wanted to participate and contribute in whatever way he could, and he made coffee.
Yeah, he was.
He was a good man.
That's
I
great.
miss all those old school Mainers. Lucky enough to grow up around all of them. Yes. I think of them quite often the older I get.
Well, that's Frankie, now you're one of the, you're one of the old painters.
Yeah, every time I look in the mirror every morning, I see one more wrinkle. I say, yeah, I'm getting there.
You look good, Frankie.
What is the secret to a happy life, girls? Besides knowing me.
I would say, for me, it is exploring life and learning what your strengths are, and then learning where to apply your strength and to contribute what you have to contribute.
Wow.
Sure.
Yeah,
That's really
that's
good.
good. I'd
Well
say
s-
for me,
well
it's
Go ahead. Oh, you can-
staying positive and having gratitude.
Yeah.
Even when things are bad in your life, I've always tried to remember it could always be worse. So that kind of keeps me going, and many times.
What about you, Debbie?
The secret to a happy life, is that the question?
Yes.
Oh, I think having family around you and good friends and enjoying and being in the moment. Living in the moment is a big thing for me right now, just enjoying what I have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not try to look too far forward and not try to look too far back.
What is the best advice you have ever received?
Wow.
That's the question I goofed up on the Grand Hall one. He had to take me by the hand and get me across the street with that one.
All right, Frank. That was a good question. At least I think it is.
Yeah. So girls, we're waiting.
Well, I looked at that question, and I couldn't focus on what one thing was the best advice. So I can't really say the best advice. I don't know. Do Do you have the best?
So, all right, so this sounds small and trivial, but I'll say it anyway. Make your bed every day.
Oh,
So you kind of get up and, you don't make your bed immediately, but before you go about your day, just kind of stop and reflect and kind of be in the moment and just kind of make the bed and smooth out the sheets and, I don't know, just kind of bring a little bit of order to a world that can be really chaotic.
that's great. Did your mom teach you that?
Yeah, I learned to make my bed when I don't even know when, I was a very young girl.
Yeah.
She taught me to make my bed first thing in the morning.
Yeah. and
Before I,
That's interesting. Yeah.
get dressed and make your bed, or make your bed and get dressed.
Yeah, I have coffee and then I make my bed.
Right.
First I have to
there
have
you
the
go.
coffee.
Yeah, no, I do it after I eat breakfast
It
too.
sounds a little bit of old school.
Well, do you make your bed?
Oh, always.
He wouldn't admit that he doesn't at this point.
There's two kind of storytellers in Round Pond. There's the ones that'll tell a story you can be in your bare feet, and then there's the other ones you want your high boots on. I'll let you girls figure that one out.
Okay. No, and I'm gonna bring it back to Helping Hands. Is one of the pieces of advice that Fran Russell gave me was, I was stressing out about cutting pies the first time I cut pies, and I'm in there trying to cut them evenly and everything. She comes out with these two funny-looking plastic things, and she says, I'm gonna tell you, only once, use the pie cutters. And I'm like, the what? And they were these funny little plastic things, and you put them over the top of the pie, and they had little slits in them.
Oh, I
And you
remember
could
those
get exactly
now.
7
Pieces.
beautiful
Oh, wow.
pieces of pie by
7?
just, yes, 7. Was 7?
Not 6 or 8, but
No,
7.
7. And you,
Odd numbers are the
you stuck
best.
the
That's
knife
true.
in and sliced the pie, picked it up,
It's a
and there
prime
were your
number,
pieces.
7 is.
So
Oh, that's
right.
cool.
And then you could judge how many pies you would need by how many pieces.
I have totally forgotten about
So how
that, but
come
I
you didn't-
remember.
Bring a piece of pie for all of us
I
to
could
smut in
have,
some
yeah,
coffee.
Some coffee would have been nice. But yes, that was the best advice I ever got. Helping
good.
Hands advice was to always use the pie
Okay.
cutter.
Well, that's like,
Excellent.
but you can extrapolate that and say, always use the right tool, the tools that are at
Oh, okay.
hand, kind
Yeah.
of use what,
And
and
listen-
use what people have used before you, like
Right.
in different generations, because they've learned and we can learn from them.
And they were ancient. These pie, not the ladies.
Not Fran.
Wow, But those, it was,
Do you think they're still over there? Where are they? Have you looked?
I think they got put in with some stuff because when someone,
Huh.
it wasn't me, but people went over to clean out some of the kitchen
Oh,
stuff.
so you think we still have it?
Oh, I hope so.
Oh,
gosh, we gotta look.
Gotta have
Yeah.
those.
We have to look, Debbie.
Okay,
Those are
well,
antiques, you know.
Yes, I would
'Cause we-
think so.
Yeah.
Yes, best advice.
Okay. We'll start with Dottie.
What's
What
that?
would you like to be remembered for?
Oh, my gosh. I think I'd like to be remembered for being a little crazy.
Well, you know, a
Being
lot
a
of us
little
round
cra-
ponders like crazy people.
Yeah,
you know?
being a little crazy nurse and having a very dark sense of humor.
Wow.
Oh, I didn't know that about
I haven't
haven't-
seen
yeah.
that in But I will.
Oh, well, it usually comes up when I'm with other retired nurses.
yeah.
We have a
Yeah.
very dark, Linda Truscott,
Yeah.
Rachel,
Yeah.
others who
Yeah.
don't live in Round Pond, but yeah.
I've seen your nurse, and you did a great job of my dad.
Oh, well, thank you,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
I love nursing, and I'm grateful to my ex-husband because him leaving got me to nursing school. So, I had worked as a nurse's aide, but, yeah. So there are good things that come out of, upsetting things. Yeah.
You're well known for that. You are,
What's that?
being a top shelf nurse.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. How about you, Nancy?
Well, I'm a teacher and a professor, and a researcher and a writer, and I'd like to be remembered for respecting the past, teaching about the past, learning about the past, and trying to carry the best of the past with us into the present. Not all of it, because some of the stuff in the past was bad. It's not like there was a golden age. I do not believe in a golden age. I think every generation has its struggles and every generation has its dark moments, and some generations have really dark moments. I think we need to name the darkness, and I think we need to be positive and recognize what's good and the light, and just be aware of that and bring it with us as we move forward and as we teach the next generations. It's like we got to carry it forward. We do our little part. I want to be remembered for doing my little part. And yeah.
I would agree with that.
Can you top that one, Debbie?
Sorry, Debbie.
That was one of the main things. Get your work cut out for you.
Oh, I'm very simple. I just want to be remembered as, being a teacher and a mother and a grandmother and a wife. I'm very quiet about those things.
You are.
But that's,
We caught on way back in the 70s at Lincoln Academy. You were quiet.
Yeah, but there's strength in your quiet, Debbie.
Yes.
I know, people do usually stop and listen when I speak because I don't say much very often.
Would that be volume 10 or low volume?
No, low volume. I never have volume 10.
Yeah, good.
Frankie, what about you? What do you want to be remembered
Well, I
for?
answered that back in the Scott Lehman interview.
Well, you can tell us now that you're part of the
So if I gotta
Helping
go
Hands.
through all that again, this is not about me, this is about the Helping
Yeah,
Hands
it's
and you
about Round
girls.
Well,
Pond.
now that you're a member of the Helping Hands,
Oh, wow, you reeled me right in, huh? Now, what about the man behind the camera?
I'm not the round pond, sorry.
Well, there you go, Frankie. It's up to
They're
you.
recruiting you.
There you go.
What about you, Frankie? What do you want to
I
be
wanna
remembered?
get on to the next question. Be here all
Doesn't
day.
answer the question.
Jeez,
Sitting on
if I
this
gotta try to
bench.
top what you just said? If you was to give a piece of advice to the next generation, what would it be? We'll start with Audie.
Oh, my gosh. Get off your phones. Get outside. Do some work, physical labor. It's very good for us. And be kind to people. I mean, I could give more advice, but that's enough, I think.
How about you, Nancy?
It's actually identical. The first thing that came to my mind was get off your phones. Get off your phones, get out into the world, meet new people, listen to what they have to say. Enjoy nature. Find some time for solitude. Friendship is important, but
Right.
kind of solitude and reflection is important too. But get off your phones.
Make something happen. Yeah, don't waste 1 minute of your life. Are you finished?
Yeah, I'm done. I'm good.
Okay, Debbie.
I just bringing it back to Helping Hands. Come, get out in the community, do what you can do. I mean, just the little things. Come into the coffee hour, or come into a meeting now and then, or helping out with the parade, or helping out with the hot dog sale at the parade, or just the little things. Just do little things.
Little things sometimes becomes big things.
Yeah, they add up.
And I was just gonna say
Yeah,
that.
the little things add up.
Yeah.
The
Add
little
up.
things add up. Yeah.
We'll start with Audie again. If you was to do this interview, what questions would you ask?
Oh, my gosh. Probably a lot of the same questions. I really can't think of anything that I would add to it at this point. I don't know. What do you think, Nancy and Debbie?
Well, I think we've covered enough of the history of the organization, I think. We've talked about where we're hoping the organization can go, the work we have at hand here. Can't think of anything else, Frankie. You
I
did
got
good.
this feeling this could get passed on to many generations.
Yeah.
It's that great.
Hopefully.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
yeah. We got to lay the Well, we didn't lay the foundation. There were the ladies before us who laid the foundation, and we're not even fixing the foundation. We're just trying to keep building on that foundation. Yeah. The world changes, like, it was sad when this church, when the Methodist Church closed.
I never thought I'd see that in my
Yeah,
lifetime.
me neither. And it happened during COVID, which was crazy because COVID changed everything. Like the poor people in the church, like they had to go on Zoom.
Yeah.
And for a while, like the church was just abandoned. And everything changes.
It was a big factor with the Oddfellows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, the things that don't change are that people need community and they need to be together, and everyone can contribute, no matter who you are, no matter your station in life. Everybody has something to give. And sometimes everybody needs help, So you're just part of the big circle. This isn't answering your question, Frankie.
You're on a pretty good roll, Nancy.
So, I don't know. Oh, but I guess I was thinking, everything changes, and, sometimes I resist change. Like, I don't like it. But it's not like you can stop it. So, I guess the question is, like, how can you move forward and flow with the change?
Make adjustments, huh?
Yeah, make
Yeah.
adjustments,
It's hard to me too.
Yeah. It's like when you're in a sailboat, you just don't always go straight. You've got to tack back and forth.
Right.
In a river flows down to the sea, but it doesn't flow in a straight line. It kind of goes like this. Like, how can we do like this and do so gracefully?
You're up to the plate.
Oh, well, what would I add? Well, I guess we've gone from, the beginning with Fran and Ann Evans and Georgia, and how they just all of a sudden decided that they were going to do some things for the community and raise some money, and then we had a really quiet time where we didn't have anything going on, and then now look at us. I mean, we're in the meeting house and working on that, and still raising money for the community, hoping to do suppers again,
Yep.
back to doing boxes,
Yep.
Seems like a big surge
and maybe
in a
get back
positive
to
way.
silent
Yeah.
auctions,
Oh, yeah, that would be
which
nice.
were horrifying for some of us.
I still have, I found a bag that has all the gear for the
Poster, any of the posters?
I do. I have the
Posters.
posters, Debbie. I have the
We spent-
posters,
Oh,
and
wow.
I should show them to you. And I have all the little clothespins.
Oh, geez.
Oh, that's great.
I even have the pencils.
Oh, I bet you do.
My mother saved everything.
Yeah. So,
That's great.
and we've gone from paper pencil, our little tiny checkbooks and things.
Yeah.
We've gone from that to today where, we have a website, we have a treasurer who
Top notch.
has us on the
Yeah.
computer,
Yeah.
Website too.
Yeah, we've
Wow.
got. Oh, you haven't
How
seen our
long has that
website?
been there?
A couple years.
We're
Yeah.
big tech now, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
We
What is the name of it?
helpinghandsroundpond.org.
Well,
Yeah,
Yeah.
super.
yeah.
We're on
Yeah.
You don't do
Facebook.
that, Frank.
Yeah, we're on
I
Facebook.
just found this out, Ross.
We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, it's like, we're on
Oh, I didn't know
email.
we were on Instagram.
Oh, yeah,
Like on
yeah,
Facebook.
yeah. Yeah, we're digital, we're in the digital age. When we reorganized, like this blew my mind. We had were you guys at the organizational meeting at Round Pond Coffee?
Yes.
In
I'm-
20, so I wasn't there because I was in Massachusetts teaching.
We Zoomed you.
Yeah, I led the meeting on a computer. They
Zoom?
Yeah, I was on a Zoom and they were like walking around holding the laptop and there was my face.
Yeah, and the
That's
coffee
great.
house was chock-a-block full.
It was.
Wow.
Everybody, yeah, it was there was a lot of energy. It was but it was crazy. I was like, we're reorganizing the Helping Hands and it's on Zoom.
So,
It seemed crazy.
Yeah.
handwritten lists all the way up to
Yeah, yeah, we kind of change with the times.
huge technology.
Yep.
Russ, what else you wanna
Well, I don't know.
throw at these girls?
And some of those things are like amazing answers too. You know that, Frank? Wonderful answers. Makes me kind of feel like I'm hollow.
Like who, Apollo?
No, hollow.
Oh, Hollow.
Just a hollowed out guy.
Oh, no,
no.
Russ. Russ, you do so much.
And look at
You're
all
great
this.
with what you do.
You do so much.
He's doing a lot
cool.
of good things,
Absolutely.
old Mainers to a great organization. He's all over it now.
Well, thank you very much. This is wonderful.
Well, you're following in the footsteps of your mom. And you know, your mom doesn't live in Round Pond, but she's a person I always admired from the time I moved to Bristol. You know, all she did for the kids, driving the school bus. And I got to see her about 2 weeks ago with Heidi at Hannaford's, which has now become like my social club.
Russ, what do you think?
I think that's a wrap-up, isn't it?
Hello, my name is Becky Recor. I'm one of the co-chairs of the Community Support Committee of Helping Hands of Round Pond. It's a mouthful. Helping Hands has been in Round Pond for generations, and it's had a resurgence in the last few years. We've tried to bring back some of the best things of the old Helping Hands and some new activities. Our purpose is to involve the community and support them in any way they need. Everything from providing meals when needed to rides or anything somebody needs in an emergency or just for support. A lot of visitations go on. One of the activities we started this year was during the winter. We were concerned that many people were holed up in their houses and bundled up so much they never saw anybody, and socialization is important. So we started this coffee hour here at the King Row. They were so welcoming and allowed us to set up a time once a month for people to come in to just see each other. We provide the coffee and a few treats and offer rides if people need them to get here. But the whole idea is it's nothing formal. They're just here to chat with their friends. Let's see, other activities we do. Last year we put out a cookbook with recipes from the community, which has been a real success. A lot of interesting comments from how the recipes are used. But it's a fundraiser, but also a nice memento of Round Pond. We have activities on the 4th of July, from decorating bikes to a hot dog sale, scavenger hunts. Lots of things are going on in Round Pond, and we do everything we can to help make it a vibrant community.